headed south towards Tromso, and I think it snowed last night. Right now at 8 o'clock, it's 33 degrees out here. We're approaching Tromso, a much larger city than where we've been. Again, this is an island. I thought it was on the mainland, but there's a bunch of islands out here, and actually this appears to be one of the smaller islands. Big ski jump. The Norwegians are famous in ski events, and Anna Strum from Alta, Norway, won 2 gold medals in the 2026 Olympics in ski jumping. About 14,000 live on this island, and across the river on the mainland there's another 20,000. We're in a tunnel, and there's a roundabout. 80,000 people in the entire area. Well, this is a big famous bridge. This is the market square, but I was seeing a bunch of military guys. There's some up there. There was a little break. There's fishing boats and pleasure boats. Ski runs up on that mountain, and look at all the snow back there. They have whaling ships in here, but not today. This is probably a fish farming ship.
Where I'm standing now, we would have been swimming, because the idea was that the ships would dock right alongside to it, and then with the pulley system in that bit that's sticking up on top of the roof, they could hoist the goods from the ships and then shove it inside through those big doors. So that's how they were designed and used. So now they extended the quayside, so it's not in operation as such.
You guys in there too. All right.
Center, and it's 1,234 meters tall, and that's quite easy to remember because that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So now you can remember too. And so on the mountain next to it, the buildings on top of the mountain there is the cable car. And the cable car is from 1961. And it's now under renovation, so it's not open. They're going to build a new restaurant on top of it. And it's interesting actually, because there's no road leading up to the cable car. Crew members, they also brought along souvenirs and bits and pieces that they use for the Arctic expeditions. So in the second floor of the Polo Museum, that's more on display. Then it's about the Arctic expeditions by Amundsen and Nansen. So it is really an interesting museum. And house in the city of Tromso. It's from 1789, and it was the house of the customs officer, because Tromso needed a customs officer in order to get those city rights. And it's a bit of a sad story connected to this, because the first man that was sent up here, he didn't get the house finished in time before the winter. So this poor man, he died of pneumonia. And then the second one that was sent up here, his ship went down, so this poor man drowned. So it's the third one, he managed to finish off the house, and then finally Tromso had a customs officer and we could have city rides. The hall became so big when they built a new one.
That was the original city hall.
Big
1930s. This woman was the first female hunter. Polar bears and other stuff. Main Street of Tromso. This movie theater. Still in operation as a movie theater.
Movie, and they did it the old-fashioned way with a pianist playing live alongside with the movie. So then you had really like a feeling of being back in time inside there.
Storgata is the name of this street. It's the main shopping street. old city hall and the police station and the prison.
With the alleyway, the police station wasn't far away from it actually. So in front of that is a music pavilion. So it's not used so much anymore for music, I'm afraid, but luckily some locals maintain it really well, so it's still looking very pretty. It's a piece of art, but the old city hall is nowadays used as a theatre, and so behind it is a whole extension. So
King Haakon VII, who had to deal with the Nazis in World War II, he went to Buckingham Palace and worked with the resistance through the war. His wife and kids went to the U.S. and became friends of Franklin Roosevelt.
Before Norway became a welfare state, women had to find a way
motto
of
of
making
the
a
city
living. So
was
they
a
started
fisherman.
these old places as a newsstand. So this building is from 1910, and it's officially named the Lykke kiosk. As I Lykke is the name of the lady.
Movie theater and theater.
So this building was still in operation at this point of the movie, so the whole cinema was checked. We didn't get that done, but it's still a nice story to tell people.
Remembering all the local people who were killed in World War II. The cathedral, much larger than the Catholic one we saw a few blocks ago.
The northernmost cathedral in the world. So this is a cathedral because both the Catholic one and this one has a bishop. And it's, like I said, from 1861. And it's one of the larger wooden churches in Norway. Not the largest, but it's one of the larger ones. When it was opened, there was space inside for about 900 people. Now it's about 700 at the moment. And probably the very first church of Tromso stood in this location as well.
Church
It
was
a Catholic
built in
one.
1250
And it had a
here.
peculiar name.
Sami or
It
the
existed in the
local
previous church. So it's here they do the
Sami of the
midnight
local
concerts as well,
native
which is really
peoples.
nice, famous for reaching the
Amundsen.
South Pole the first, and that was in 1911.
I suppose we're going to learn about this boat that's in this, looks like a greenhouse.
The passage to the South Pole and going through the Northeastern Passage. That's what's written under his life.
He went with Amundsen was in charge of the dogs. And we know that in Antarctica, they ended up eating all the dogs.
Seal hunters that are swimming around
The polar
in there.
star.
So one species is a ring seal.
They do glass blowing in here. Norway.
So, welcome everyone to the hot shop.
That's good, thank you.
Yeah, so Marcus just took out some hot glass from our furnace over there, drizzling it into the hot glass, into the powder color that we have over here. So, inside the big oven behind us, that's where all the liquid glass is sitting. And when we're working with the glass, we take it out and then we add the different colors afterwards, because all the glass is transparent from it. We added different metallic oxides to get the different colors. So when we melt the glass comes from quartz sand. And when we melt that quartz sand, there's a couple of factories in Germany that we buy the colors from, so we don't make them ourselves. It's just like 100% chemistry to do the coloring, so that it moves towards the shape of a polar bear eventually. Yeah, this is Anton, our little shop dog. And he also knows that he's not allowed to step inside the yellow lines on the floor. Yeah. And now you can see starting to shape the glass so much that you can see the shape is turning more and more into a polar bear. And it was really fun, but after some years I started missing my hometown. And I missed the mountains, and I even missed all the slippery slopes and all the snow and shoveling and all that. So I decided that I should start my own studio. So in 2002 I started this company, and we've been running since then. And we moved to this location 3 years ago, and it's been really nice because suddenly we have double the space.
World War II, the Nazis occupied Norway, and this was the headquarters of the Gestapo. And come back to the ship. I'll shut the doors up high so that when there's snow, you can still get in the front door.
Det är bra, gick i snö.